Hey, good morning, everybody. It's me, Ria. Let me try to find myself here. Ria on the run, just experiencing a really magical morning here this morning. Maine is truly very magical, and for me, the fall is the most magical time. And what was going through me this morning as I'm running, I'm just kind of stopped. So hopefully, I had so much going through my mind. Hopefully, I can deliver uh, something that you can grasp or gain or extract for yourself through your own individual experience. But it is harvest here, and we always talk about reaping the harvest, reaping the rewards of our seeds planted, reaping what we have grown. And what Spirit was talking to me about is it truly is, in the sense that no different than this season, like the leaves, we are we are undergoing a transformation within ourselves, not unlike a tree losing its leaves. And how the leaves represent us is pieces of ourself. Like the tree could be sad or feel, oh, geez, I'm losing something of myself, or losing a piece of myself, or an expression that I held so dear and gloriously and put out there into the world. But it doesn't feel that way, because the trees know that it will bear new leaves and have another whole glorious expression anew come spring. And it's going to enjoy this time to go within and relax during the winter, and sort of connect to that internal energy happening behind the scenes, happening within. And that is what we are called. A lot of us, like this leaf, have undergone losing pieces of ourself that we were anchored in the physical, as a label, as an identity, as a secure anchor, as the physical expression, affirming who we are, affirming our safety, affirming what we stood for. And that could have been through a relationship with another. Maybe you broke up, or maybe a loved one passed, and you feel a great loss because that person or that outside reflection of you might have been giving you a certain stability within yourself, reflecting that connection of who you are within, but in a way that you could see and gain that confidence and gain that reassuredness. It could be through a job, and all of a sudden the job let you go for whatever reason, replaced you. That is a blow to the physical experience, being replaced by maybe someone younger, more affordable, or and then feeling not appreciated where you once felt really appreciated in a job, then that was taken away from you. And you connected to that, and you embellished and flourished and grew in that experience like the leaf. And then there could be other times where your physical health, all of a sudden your physical health deteriorated, or you lost a piece of yourself, or I can't think of how it would affect someone as deeply as an athlete, a professional athlete who really put all of those years and energy into being an athlete, and then all of a sudden it's wiped from them. But then they go on to say being an actor or doing something else. So those experiences were created through us, and then reflected and mirrored in our physical world, our reality, our expression. And when we feel that sense of loss, we're off kilter. We're unstable for a while. But what that does is it causes us to go within and connect. Why did this happen? Or, oh my God, am I worth this? Like even me, when I let go years ago of my hair business and wanted to come to Maine, and I only worked for myself as an adult. I had my own shop in my home. I was the source of my income, and that was my identity in a way. I got a lot of compliments and a lot of very loyal clientele. And when I left that, it threw me off kilter. I wanted it. I knew I wanted to follow it and leave and take a chance and trust. But I was off kilter for a while. Like I wasn't physically receiving the paycheck of my physical action. It came through my husband. I had to trust in that. I had to step back a little bit. But that all was to help me to connect, to bring forth a greater expression. Like the trees are going to bring forth new leaves, new branches come spring. And in the meantime, it's regenerating within. And that's what we have had to go through. Many of us, a new form, a new expression. And what I wanted to bring to point in all of this is a lot of us, and I'm feeling that we have been, and we go through these cycles and release parts of ourselves throughout our human journey. It's all part of our journey, the physical expression, experience of our energy, of ascending, of becoming more aware of our true nature, developing gifts and talents, and they're all connected. They all stem from here, where the sun and all of these rays can be representative, like from the sun, different paths of light that we've experienced. And then when one of them is taken away, it causes us to go within and to connect to ourself. And then what do? We reap the rewards of that loss. We reap the rewards of a greater strength and confidence. And in a way, COVID did that for a lot of people as well, caused us to go within, to reinvent, to reconnect, to find our strength and confidence and trust and security and reassurance from in here, not placing it from the outside. And I was driving with my son Caleb yesterday, a spiritual warrior unto himself. And he says to me, and he was going on and on and on about how we have to transcend the physical, how we got to transcend the physical. And initially, I was just holding space and listening. I didn't really feel like getting into it. But then all of a sudden, I had a flood of energy come through me. And I said, Caleb, we're not here to transcend the physical. We're here to experience through the physical manifestation of our beliefs, of our thoughts, of those theories, of all of that information we came to explore, the soul came to explore and have through the physical. I says, we're not supposed to transcend it and think that it's not useful. We're here to have the physical expression of our spiritual uniting through this vehicle, giving us the expression of who we really are through our mirror and reflection here in reality. And he says, yeah, that's what I said. And I kind of laughed and said, no, that's not what you said. But actually it is what he said, because today I woke up and I'm like, yeah, he is right. It's always this and that. It's not black and white. It's always this and that. So yes, we are here to um experience and anchor and feel and embody and be in the here and now in the physical moment, but at the same time simultaneously really transcending and letting go of the physical. Like these leaves, they're going to decay, but they're going to nourish Mother Earth, the soil, as fertilizer, to create nourishment. Energy never dies. It disintegrates, it decays, but it creates anew. So we're here, literally, we are here to transcend the physical, the attachments to the physical projections, to enter the flow of the cycles, the flow of our experience here, the flow of our growth, the flow of our what is calling us. So we are here to transcend the physical. And another thing, and I know all of you guys have experienced this and see this and are aware of it. Everything is made up of light flickering molecules. And when I look up and I double check this, and I says to my husband, "Do you see a bunch of megapixels when you look out? Like everything is megapixel, and it's all that light vibrating." And he says, "Yeah, I see it more so than sometimes." Oh, sorry. Biker. um, And all of us do see that, but sometimes we're so used to it, we just discard it. But everything really is non-solid. It is the illusion. It is the assimilation that we have created to give us the physical expression of our energy. Even when I was laying down with Mythos the other night, I was just laying with him. He couldn't fall asleep. He wanted me to come tell him a story, and I told him a little vampire story. And the vampire was about, if vampires don't die, they're immortal. And Mythos, we picked his name partially due to a character in Highlander, which was the longest living immortal. And all of this ties in. You'll hear. So I was telling him a vampire story, but his name is also based in mythology or in a show where he's the longest living immortal, but we really never die. So when I was looking at Mythos as he fell asleep and he was sleeping, just gazing at him, he literally disappeared. I could see him morphing. He was dissipating and disappearing. because we all are here. They say life is an illusion, it isn't real, but the experience is, and it truly is. So we are here to transcend the physical where we're not so attached to something. We don't allow it that flow. We don't allow it to morph into something else. It is. It's an experience. It is an assimilation. It is a hologram. It does feel real. But we are vibrating at higher frequencies. So the higher the frequencies, and it makes sense why Mythos disappears, he's very high frequency, things are going to be less solid. Light doesn't look solid. The sun doesn't look solid. It's light. It, it's less solid. And if we truly are becoming less solid, light beings, less carbon, less dense, less physical, our reality is going to reflect that as well. So we all know how we are shifting quicker. Everything is frequency, and we're shifting to the reality that displays us, displays our frequency. Well, the earthly reality and the physical is truly morphing, changing, reorganizing all the time due to our frequency, because it is an assimilation. It is a reflection of our energy. And that throws the human part of us who isn't caught up to be off kilter, feel disorganized, lose our center. But the thing that causes us to lose our center in life, relationships, jobs, kids, all of it, everyday experience, health, causes that a lot. But the very thing that throws us off kilter is the very thing that is the trigger and the catalyst to anchor into our true stability. In here, the never changing part of us, the light. Good morning, everybody who is out there. Just decided to pop on my comments, hit the comments. Good to see you guys. Please share out if you don't mind. I think this is like very cool information, things we weren't taught as kids, things we weren't taught in school. And as my frequency rises, I am like, you know how we all are, not just me, you are multidimensional. Well, because we've opened up to the frequency and we're more light and less dense, we're also flooded with all of this information. And the physical body is experiencing it, that is causing us to question and to explain it to ourselves, like figure it out. Not that there's anything to figure, but there is from the human perspective. So we're being flooded with all of this multidimensional information in every second. And how I said earlier in a live this week was how all of that past and present and future exists now. It really does, even in this leaf. This leaf contains the information of the past self, how it was green in the summer. It's showing the present self, the yellow, and it's also holding the information of its future self, the decay and the brown as it disintegrates. Everything is available to us now. And as we become less dense and we allow this information to come through us, through our allowance, through our surrendering, through non longer resisting, we're simultaneously connecting to all parts of ourselves. And it's displayed even through the simple leaf, the tree, Mother Earth, Gaia, is constantly reflecting all of the information through our present moment of now. So we are here to embrace, to live, to experience the physical, but simultaneously transcend the physical. Is that not? My mind is just blown more and more every second. And you know how we use the emojis, that little boom? It's like, that's how I feel a lot. It's like I've got all of these fractals connecting and opening up now because we are ready. We are ready to receive that. In the past, you kidding me? We would have thought this was all hogwash, BS. And now we get the opportunity to explore it and live it, all those scientific theories or movies, because they too were reflecting a piece of ourselves. Holy shit, this is a beautiful little, I don't even know what this is. Look at this flower, guys. It's like representative of the live. There's this flower. It's like a tiny stem. I've never seen this before. It looks like leaves changed yellow, but what's at the top? This flower. We are rooting into a deeper part of ourselves. We are gaining a deeper trust, wisdom, knowledge from a deeper part of us as we transcend the physical and let it go and release our attachments to these old energies and thought forms. And I picked this spot particularly to do the message, because I'm on this bridge, or not bridge, but walkway. It's all wood, and it's split right here. It's split. One here, and then there's this sign here. It says easier or harder. So we have the opportunity to take either path simultaneously, because both of these split off. Both of these walkways split off to two separate directions, easier and harder. And that also is symbolic of the past and the future coming together. We can take the easy road or we can take the harder road. But the road that we really are we're flowing around the resistance. So we get this big rock here, this big ledge, and both of the pathways go around. They go around this ledge. And this is telling me we are to release the resistance of our attachments to the physical expression of who we thought we were. And we can take it, make it a little easier. We can go a little harder. The choice is ours always. But what we're doing now, just like water, we're flowing around the resistance. We're not like banging our head against this ledge anymore. We know that. So that is also representative of us transcending the physical. We're not having to beat up the physical, attach to it, and work with the physical in the way that we had to by blowing that up with some dynamite. We can traverse, we can go around it in whatever way we choose to experience. So it's always this and that. And I'm also fascinated by that paradox of every little thing in our physical reality. It's a paradox. It's a combination of the spiritual and the physical, no less than the past and the future coming together in this now. So I just wanted to share that. I like to share it when I'm feeling it, because then I can translate it maybe better or not. And there, I love this leaf too, because it's so representative of the past and the future and what it's doing simultaneously in the now. So again, we got the past, the color, a little bit of color left, the yellow. Reaping, oh my God, even the yellow in the past us and the experiences of this leaf being green, the yellow representing our confidence and building step by step through our physical experience of the past, things that helped us to know who we are, to make us more confident, to trust ourselves. All of the experiences we've had up to now, they have helped us to gain greater strength, confidence, and wisdom. But what's being called of us is a lot of the physical representations of the manifestations of that, jobs, relationships, health, any of that stuff is we got to let it go. Like we've been confronted with those things where we've been thrown off kilter, but those things off kilter were to strengthen ourselves and to ground new energy. And in the off kilter feels like we're unrooted too, ungrounded. Whenever we go through any sort of major transformation prior to that, the catalyst to it is totally feeling unrooted and grounded. But the unrooted and groundedness is an illusion in itself too, because the physical world is an illusion and it's always morphing and changing. So we placed it in something outside of ourselves. And when that is removed from us, we feel off kilter, but it was an illusion anyways, because everything is a megapixel of lights, frequencies constantly changing. And it's caused us to go within and root to the truth of who we are, which is ourself, our solar plexus, our own knowingness, our own wisdom, our own knowledge based on our experiences of everything we've had. If the experiences are real, but as we all know, the physical reality is changing and morphing constantly because our frequency is. That throws us off kilter and it makes us stronger. So we're here to experience the physical. We want the physical experience, the physical reality to give us the experience in an experiential way, yet we're transcending it simultaneously. Whew. I don't know. I just found that awesome. I have seen, I have once seen a complete vision in pixels. Yes, you, oh my God. And Jason, yes. Jasper, I mean, yes, I agree. And what a gift, because that's showing you are open. And to me, I don't know, I'm also feeling a strong galactic alien opening for you. Um, like I did a video recently of how we are the star seeds coming into the full realization of our alienness, and you know how aliens go, or the stories that are told of them. They are receiving information from us as humans, gathering that information to learn, to grow, to connect because we're special. We're in the hardest density and the most powerful beings because we've gone through the densest stuff. So I really feel more and more, and I know it sounds crazy, that I am an alien being incarnate through the physical to exchange that information. And I feel the pixels and the way things, there's glitches and stuff is part of that information bleeding back and forth. And we're always doing that no matter what. No matter what, we're always bleeding back and forth because everything exists in the here and now. And we're exchanging the past experiences of us, the future, through our moment of now. We're affecting all multidimensional selves of us. And we have parallel and the frequency life, the our frequency that we are most resonant with is the parallel life that is bleeding the heaviest. I say bleed, but opened up energetically. And it could be alien, where you're experiencing that energy of the definition and label of what we consider alien, or it could be whatever your energy is. Say you're resonant to an Viking reality, you're going to be getting and sharing, giving and receiving those timelines more prominently. Even though we're always affecting everything all at once, there's certain parallels that are, say, this is one earth, this is another earth, and they're running parallel. We're going to connect and receive the support, giving and taking energy from the frequency that's most resonant and closest to us. And you can get those and that information through glimpses, things morphing. Like I see faces and always have, and everything, and images and sceneries. And I'm like, wow. Hey, Teresa. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for sharing out. I think maybe later I might do some actual lives. I picked a bunch of apples a while back. I think I'm going to make some apple turnovers today, but maybe I will also do some live readings because I just find this stuff, I love it. And then the oracles, the physical representation of the cards and what comes through intuitively. I love to receive the visual. I love to receive that physical morphing representation, the light molecules organizing to present that to me. I love it. Or to give me information and glimpses into the future or the past. I love it. It's all energy. It truly all is energy. You're welcome, Zach. Thank you. And so I started broadcasting live on both YouTube right now and Facebook. And this is, if any of you guys watch us on YouTube and want more information about Temple of the Sun, it's Temple of the Sun on Facebook. Thank you, Rhonda. All right, guys. So I just wanted to share that food for thought, and not just thought, but allowing that information to resonate, or discern it or apply it to how it affects you in the here and now. All right, guys, thank you for joining. Where's the sun? It's so glorious here. I just love it. I love the seasons. May you all shine with the entirety, not just a tiny little speck. As we become more multidimensional, we literally are shining with the entirety of all the love and light that you are.